London is full of more wonders and wickedness than all the cities of the earth. And it's ours, David, to go wherever we choose. Well, I'm not down there. Creditors make that road impossible.
I wanted London to feel not the place of sort of mud and cobbled streets and urchins all doing this. I kind of wanted it to feel fresh and actually exciting.
Armando's vision of the entire film was to make it unlike anything you'd have ever associated with a traditional Dickens. We wanted to represent it as if it is just alive and busy and beautiful. So we've kind of gone there with the colours.
Nice cut in that waistcoat. Who's your tailor?
When we look at period dramas, we always make things look a bit drab and old. They're 100 years old, so the clothes need to look as if they're 100 years old, but they weren't. The buildings, the clothes, everything was fresh and new and modern and quite bold and colourful and representative of what our society is now.
You look very striking.
Thank you.
Even though it's set in 1840 and we've gone out of our way to make it as accurate as possible, it should feel contemporary. So all the anxiety about what happens when you get into debt.
What's happening?
Bailiffs.
And similarities with housing conditions and slum dwellings. That sort of situation still goes on today.
I'm ruined.
Like a castle.
A lot of Dickens is all about experience he suffered himself as a child, which is the rise and fall of people's fortunes. One minute you could be living somewhere, the next minute turfed out in the street.
This is your new lodgings.
I preferred, I think, the larger apartment.
This is very much based on 1840 conditions, but it's very much based also on 1950 conditions and, dare I say it, 2020 conditions. We shot a scene where there were 13 people in here and they all have to find their own space. You know, conditions like this were the norm for a huge proportion of the population.
Sometimes the story takes us back to one location twice.
Wait till you see this.
One instance is a boathouse that he's remembered as really wonderful. It's a lovely experience when he's little. And then it comes back as a slight shock to him that when he goes back to it when he's older, it's a real upturned boathouse. So it's got a lot of grunge to it.
In my recollection, it was more colourful.
That was fun, actually, just bringing in different colours and different tones and making it feel quite warm and golden initially and then just really bringing it down a bit.
We raised the floor in the set so that the second time round, it's a lot more difficult to get round. And Dave, someone tall like Dave, just keeps banging his head repeatedly.
Not your head. I've really got to see all the little corners of the UK that I've never really been able to travel to before, so that's been very exciting. And then to see them transformed into these kind of Dickens worlds is even more magical.